For the many tourists they host every year, the Maldives, situated in the middle of the Indian Ocean, just below the equator, are mostly a holiday's heaven in the shade of coconut trees. But in the world of surfing, the 26 atolls spread on nearly 800 kilometers and the 1,000 islands they offer are synonymous with coral reef, passes and perfect waves. For this group of surfers arriving from the other side of the planet, the schedule is a little different from what the usual boat trip companies offer. One of the reasons for this is that they are not tourists, but highly skilled professional surfers. Hawaiian Dwayne DeSoto and Californian Taylor Jensen are riding traditional 9-foot longboards. They will share this boat trip with 3 shortboarders, South African Nigel Gibb and 2 big wave riders from Tahiti, Malik Joyeux and Manoa Drole, who has a good experience of everyday life on a boat.
The
difference between a boat trip and a land trip is that you're going to stay with the same persons for weeks. And that's a little special. It's a different relation, you get to know the people better. You must be patient too when the surf is small. You need to really like boats to be able to handle it. Bring a few good books or like to dive. So basically, you're on a boat. Their destination is unknown, or nearly. They have a real mission on that trip, discovering new surf spots in the central atolls, a mostly unexplored area of the Maldives. Frenchman Anthony Collat is in charge of finding perfect waves that possibly have never been surfed.
We're going towards Memo, right? How much time do you think it's going to take to go from Mali to Medofushi?
9 hours.
9 hours. On se dirige vers le sud.
We're going south, full south, at 180 degrees. That means full south here. We'll go around South Malé Atoll, give a quick look at one little island on the way, and then we go to Felidou. We cross Felidou, and then we should get to Memo by the end of the day after 9 hours of navigation.
Après 9 heures de navigation.
Hours of navigation, hard to avoid with the boat anyway. With a 10 knots average speed and without any other goal than finding good waves, navigation will be a daily routine.
Good morning!
Come on. See right there? Oh, they put some higher tide. It might have that a little. That one was makeable. That one was actually makeable. Yeah, tell right there. Oh shit. Then you're just low in the water.
Ce que je préfère dans les trips, les boat trips, c'est.
What I like most in boat trips is the fact that you can surf every day.
C'est-à-dire que tu te lèves le matin,
you wake up in the morning, you're on the spot. You check the conditions, you can instantly go for a surf. You surf for 3 or 4 hours, then you get back on the boat for lunch. You're right there.
Sur le bateau, tu manges, t'es sur place quoi.
With the tide coming in, the reef is getting covered by enough water for the swell to wrap around the pass. A perfect setup for surfing. Good right-handers, a little small but fast and hollow enough to make a few turns, finally get the riders motivated to go out for a short session. Some pretty good waves for that first session, but not enough for our riders. By searching well, it should be possible to find a better exposed reef, which will offer longer and possibly bigger waves. For a great part, the best surf spots on the planet have already been discovered, documented and photographed. There are still a few jewels to be found, but these places, the very last frontiers of board riding sports, are that far and unknown that they ask for a more demanding way of exploration. Still, the Maldives have the world's largest commercial companies of a craft that for surfers is like the ultimate weapon, a seaplane. Usually, it is the best way to check the surf, but rarely does a seaplane take the surfers to the spot. This time though, the pilot is Australian and of course, he surfs. He will take the riders and their boards right on the spot. Then, it's only a matter of looking through the window and find the best place. In a few minutes only, which would have taken hours with the boat, the seaplane reaches the other side of the atoll. Suddenly, in the middle of nowhere, long trails of whitewash sign the presence of a quite surprising spot. A few seconds later, all the surfers have to do is jump out and paddle out to a perfect break.
That was just all time. I mean, it's the first time I've ever surfed a wave with no land nearby, and it was really exciting. It was a good left-hander, and around the point there was a right-hander too.
Tu peux passer à côté sans t'apercevoir qu'il y a des vagues.
You can go past that spot without even noticing there's waves, and therefore miss a good day of surfing.
C'est un spot qui vaut la peine d'être surfé, quoi.
It's worth being surfed. I'm pretty sure this wave has never been surfed before.
Parce qu'il faut vraiment, on est tombé dessus.
We were just lucky there was a set of waves as we went past it.
Qui passaient au moment où on passait à côté.
That's called good timing.
Bon timing, je pense. Ouais.
That's what I am. It comes naturally now.
An epic session. Every wave breaks both ways, right and left, on a reef barely covered with water. Tube rides, re-entries, cutbacks, the whole list of maneuvers is available on that wave.
Being on land, you can't explore. I mean, we rocked up in the middle of the ocean. There was a reef with good waves. No one would ever have seen it. The wind direction wasn't a normal prevailing wind, and suddenly we had perfect waves. Nobody out. In unknown territory. No one. Living in a hotel, you would never see that kind of thing. I mean, you maybe see the known breaks and have good waves, but exploring and finding waves that haven't been surfed is an amazing thing, you know?
Cool.
So how was it?
It was actually pretty nice, man. It was the best session yet, by far. There's my board back.
This is something I've had dreams about doing since I was 7 years old and just started surfing. You know, I'd look through the magazines and see all these exotic places with palm trees and blue water and perfect little waves, and I'd just go, wow, that's, you know, that was a dream for me.
Little waves today. Too small for the experts, but perfect for the beginners. Taylor agrees to give Ubet, the captain, and Atif, one of the crew members, their very first surf lesson.
Hi.
Ready?
Ready, hi.
It should be good. They're used to being on rough seas, you know, staying on their feet, so I'm sure it won't be hard. Waves really mellow, so just be some fun little waves for them.
Just like that. Try. It's easy. Try it. Well, look, one motion. Not. No.
Ubet isn't too sure. He'd rather see Atif try first, apparently.
Yeah. Get him out there. Let's go.
Atif, up and riding his very first wave, Ubet appreciates. Finally, the captain is ready. Atif had tried bodyboarding before, but it's all clear now.
It's good. It's better to surf.
At 47, Ubet rides the first wave of his life. A real child's play.
This is my teacher.
Fun, yeah? Very easy.
Oh, I'm a little scared in contest now. It's that easy for him. It's just like, wow, you know, first wave, both of them, boom, straight up. So it's amazing, you know, if they had the resources to have surfboards here, it'd be incredible. I'm sure they'll end up finding some longboards somewhere and keep doing it throughout time, so stoked. It's part of like the culture in surfing, you know, you teach others and others teach you, so it's fun. No worries.
ඊට පොයින්ට් එක බරාබර ගොසි ආරානේ හැම කණ්ඩු මෙද එතන වන්න බේතන ඉන්න ආරානේ කෙලිය පාරේ ගොස මාවක් කාරේ ගොසි දා Ita vida tan denna meshi Ita vida tan denna meshi Beta arawa alima beshi
Friendship and curiosity. These are also the values shared by the local people in the Central Atolls. Far from civilization, one will mostly find a lot of simplicity in the everyday life. Manoa, the Tahitian, isn't really far from his element.
Je suis content d'être venu aux Maldives, d'avoir rencontré ces gens-là. J'ai l'impression d'être.
I'm happy I came here to the Maldives and I met those people. I feel like home in Polynesia. It's funny to see these people living on such little atolls. The country is independent, so I was asking a few questions around to understand how we could have a different culture in the same environment. It was interesting.
Entre nos cultures, alors qu'on vit dans le même environnement. Et c'est intéressant.
Life goes on peacefully on the numerous islands of the Central Atolls. The main resources are fishing, shipbuilding, and handicrafts.
Hey Mike, Harukihine. So have you looked at the forecast?
A satellite phone, another useful modern tool for Anthony, able to keep in touch every day with Mike, a weather forecast and surf report specialist in Malay. Crucial informations to know when and where to go.
Okay, see you, bye.
Time to weigh anchor. The destination, another atoll further south.
We stop here?
Yeah.
Tomorrow
morning.
The forecast was pretty good. The surprise on arrival is even better.
At least there's swell action right now, you know? Yeah. It's not just... It's hard to say. Oh, look at that set.
That one looks sick.
Yeah, that's gotta be working. This might be actually the spot we're meant to be. This might be it.
The spot they're meant to be? Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, the surf is pumping with solid 6 to 8 feet waves. With the tide dropping, the waves are getting hollower, and Manoa finds a great tube ride. Dwayne has to change his board to match the spot's power.
It's a little better than it looks, actually. It's a lot more powerful than it looks also. It's the most powerful wave we surfed yet. So, pretty stoked.
He gets back up with an onboard camera on the nose of his board and takes us with him for a long and deep tube ride.
Le tube, c'est vraiment la manœuvre reine du surf, même si des nouvelles manœuvres aériennes commencent à
Tube
être
riding is
inventées au
surfing's
temps.
prime maneuver.
Personne se fait
Although you
envelopper
see
par
new
l'eau
modern
et
tricks,
sortir de-
seeing a person getting
cette,
covered by this water
petit
cave
d'eau
is
et
always
puis,
something
ce tunnel
exceptional.
d'eau, c'est toujours quelque chose
Time is
d'exceptionnel.
slowed
Le temps
down,
est
you
ralenti,
feel like you
on a
are in
l'impression
another
d'être
dimension.
dans une autre dimension.
The Maldives were known to produce good waves for surfing, but some of its secrets had not yet come to light.
Je pense qu'on a c'est bien rempli notre contrat.
I think that our contract was rather well filled, especially because we discovered 2 or 3 new spots in fairly remote places where there is no mean of communication with the external world. People on land seem to see surfers for the very first time, so accomplished mission.
Donc, je pense que mission accomplie, quoi.
Boy, days. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this.
tombais pas très loin de l'impact du lift et la vision que j'ai eue, c'est une grosse caverne d'eau comme ça. Je dis non, non pas ça.
Ce qui a changé cette fois-ci, c'est qu'il y avait beaucoup plus de surfeurs. Il y avait Kai Garcia qui faisait la sécurité à la fin de la vague avec un jet ski, récupérer ceux qui réussissaient pas leur vague. Donc ça a permis un peu à tout le monde de se lâcher un peu plus.